Guys, how are you? I hope you're all right. I'm very good here. Sorry, my voice today is not very well because I just got COVID. And yeah, I'm at home, so I have a little bit more time now. So I'm going to do those videos that I promised about instruments, and today we are going to speak a little bit about HSI and how to intercept radials. All right, and this video it's going to be it's going to be divided into three parts. First, we are going to speak a little bit about some core definitions that you need to know to truly understand how an HSI works. Then we are going to look at the HSI display and how can we read it. And then we are going to start on radials to discover where am I, in which radial am I, how can I maintain this radial, and how can I intercept other radials. Okay. I'm going to focus a lot about how to understand the HSI because this is the most important thing about instruments, is to understand your instrument. Basically, if you look at your instrument and if you can see a map in there and you can see yourself in that map, that's the most difficult and the better tool you have in instrument flying. Because if you have a map and you can see yourself in it, basically you have a GPS and everything is easy with the GPS, right? So that's what we're gonna try to do here. Well, with no further ado, let's go for the first part, which is core definitions. For the core definitions, I want to start speaking about this triangle here, which is pretty basic for anyone who's taking the ATPL course, but I'm doing this for everyone. So if you don't understand basically the heading, or if you're starting the ATPL or whatever, the heading is basically where you're pointing to. All right, so the aircraft is pointing its heading this way, so it's pointed this way, but the aircraft is experiencing wind from the left, so the aircraft is being pushed to the right due to wind. Okay, so despite of heading this way, of pointing this way, the aircraft it's actually going that way over the Earth's terrain. Okay, so he's pointing this way, but he's actually going this to this track due to wind. Okay, and this lateral deviation is called drift, and where you're actually going, it's called track, where you're actually going over the surface of the Earth. Okay, it's called track. All right, so with this said, let's go and speak a little bit about a VOR and some lines of position that I think they are important to explain how an HSI works. So first of all, a VOR, it's basically a VOR. If you don't know what it is, just go to your TPL books or internet, search for it. But what I that's not what I want to focus here. I want to talk about a line of position, and as the name says, a line of position, it's basically just that. It's a straight line over the planet Earth in which I can be over it or not. So I can be here, I'm not over this line of position, I can be over this line of position, and I'm currently following this line of position, okay? Or I can be over this line of position, but not following this line of position. Basically, it's just a line, a straight line over the planet Earth surface, okay? This one, it's going straight over a VOR. With this said, this line of position in particular, it's aligned with north, all right, with magnetic north. And this tells me that if I want to maintain this line of position, if I want to fly and maintain this line of position, I can either go northbound or southbound. Check. If I'm going, for instance, eastbound, I'm not following the line of position anymore, right? If I go eastbound. If I go westbound, I'm not following the line of position, all right? But if I'm over this line of position going north, I'm maintaining the line of position. If I maintain the line of position going south, I'm maintaining the line of position. Check. When I am flying this line of position, maintaining it, so when I'm tracking this line of position, if I'm going north, I can say, if this line of position passes over a VOR, I can say that I'm on course 360. If I am over this line of position, let's switch to this side here. If I'm over the line of position going south, it means I'm on course 180. Okay? So course 360, course 180 for this specific line of position that it's aligned with north. Okay, every line of position that passes over a VOR has two courses. Okay, this one, for instance, is north and south, so 360 and 180. Let's imagine that the line of position instead of this one was like this, aligned with the direction east-west. Okay, so if I were on top of this line of position going to this side, okay, I would be on course 090, okay? If I'm here following that direction, I'm on course 090. As contrary, if I'm going this way, okay, I'm on course 270 over this specific line of position. So, long story short, this line of position here has course 360, course 180. This line of position here has course 270, course 090. All right, and that's basically it. So I think we are understood about courses. Okay. If you don't understand, don't worry. I'm going to do a really simple explanation in the end for the ones who don't understand this terminology. All right. Then let's speak about a line of position that passes right over a VOR in a certain magnetic direction. All right, I can divide this line of position into two lines of position, which are called radials. What is a radial? Basically, it's a line of position that radiates from a station. Okay, it can be VOR taquin, or just taquin. Okay, basically, the line of position that radiates from the VOR in a magnetic bearing 360, it's called radial 360. So long story short, the line of position that radiates from the VOR direct to 360, it's radial 360. The line that radiates from the VOR directly to 180, it's called radial 180. Okay, well, basically this is it. So we can divide this line of position passing over a VOR into two lines of positions. Every VOR have infinite lines of position in terms of degrees, mathematically speaking, of course, but we assume that it has only two pedagogical, how can I say it? Speaking to make it simple, we say that it has 360 radials. All right, so you have a lot of radials. Okay, you have a whole bunch of radials, so 360 radials. All right, that's the radial that radiates to 360. It's called radial 360. The line of position that goes to 090, it's called radial. Sorry, 090. The line of position that goes to 270, it's called radial 270, and so on, right? With this said, let's put it all together. So, first of all, line of position, straight line over planet Earth. This one passes over a VOR. Radial, a line of position that radiates from a VOR to a certain direction which it's the name of the radial. So the line of position that radiates from the VOR to 360, it's called radial 360. Okay? And a course, it's the track that we follow to maintain a certain line of position. Okay, so in this line of position, if I'm going north, I am on track, I'm on course 360. If on this line of position I'm going south, I am on course 180. All right, but now, even with radials, we also have this terminology. Okay, it means that if I'm let's put the course 360 and on top of this. Okay, so here I'm on radial 180, right? And I can be here on runway 180 going north, which means that I'm on radial 180, course 360. Here I'm once again going to 360, tracking 360, but now on radial 360. So this aircraft here, radial 360, course 360. This aircraft here, radial 180, course 360. All right. So every course have two radials. Okay. I'm on course 360 here on radial 360, and if I'm on course 360 here, I'm on radial 180. Okay, and the same thing happens on radials. What I want to say with this is that I can be on radial 360 on course 360, but I can also be on radial 360 on course 180. So the radial it's the specific line of position that I'm at, and the course is in which way I'm going, okay, in which direction I'm going. All right. So I hope that you understood this. So once again, really quick, speaking about radials, we can be in each radial on two courses, okay? And speaking about courses, we can be on the same course but in two distinct radials. All right, now I'm going to do short video to explain that if you don't understood this, I'm going to do a simple version to explain in a different way. See you in a bit.